this from internet. Now you look at the layers. I have separated the layers for you. See, I have a background, a yellowish background. I have a tree here, tree number 2, house number 3, house number 2, house number 1, and land, water, and car, and a boat. So when you do your design at time, you need to know which one are you going to animate it. For this time, I'm doing a tutorial practical for you. I'm not going to animate the windows. If you are going to animate the windows, you need to separate the layers. For example, maybe in your windows here, you have some people walking by. Here got some lights. Maybe the tree have leaves drop down, so all you need to separate layers. Of course, I cannot do that much in a tutorial class. So again, we have separate all the layers here, and I open After Effects. So this is After Effects. To import in Photoshop file or Illustrator file, you can like click here, File, Import File, and then you choose Desktop, Week 4. I want to import this. Or you can double click at the project panel here. Double click, it will pop up the same thing. So I want to use this Week 4. Composition, retain layer size. Okay? Open. So, see, look at here. It will automatically create a composition for me. What I need to do is, I just double click. Then it will be our exactly same like our Illustrator file. See, the layers all remain the same exactly like in the Illustrator. Okay, now we have a problem. We want the screen resolutions, right? This is Illustrator resolutions. This is a Illustrator size, width and height. We want to change to 720p screen size. How can you change? How? Either you can go to compositions, composition setting, or Control K in Windows, Command K in Mac. You change here. Look at here, please look at here. Again, I can do 2 times. You can go to compositions, composition setting, or you type that, you click on here. Look at my mouse. Click composition setting. It's the same. So I change to, it's up to you which one you want, but for tutorial class we use this. We save some time. Alright? So once you open it, you see the screen already expand wider. Remember to activate the title action scene. So I only need my background to be full screen. The other thing I remain like that. Clear? Now I want to activate all these layers in 3D except the window, the background. So the background I will not touch. I lock it to be safe. The other layers I just activate all in 3D. It's still flat, but then it has the X and Y and Z axis already. So what I'm going to do is, just like how you create your 3D cube last week, we interact with front view and top view. Look at this. So maybe my boat, I need to move front a bit. But then you look at this screen, the boat is outside of the action safe, right? So you move up from here. For the water, I also move front a bit. Also, you see, for water, outside of action safe is fine because that thing is not important. The important for me is the boat. But then like this will be nicer. The third will be the car. Also, I move front a bit. You look at on top. This is on top view. Okay, I have a depth of field. I want to create that kind of depth of field feeling, and then land as well. I move front a bit, and then maybe for car I will move up a bit. And then finally we have house. Maybe house 1 can be here. House 2 can be at the back more. House 3 can remain maybe like that. And then the 3-1 in front. So now you see, you don't need to follow me for this time. I just explained to you why I want to create like this. For example, now you in front view it's still a flat thing, but if we let's say I add a don't follow this up. Let's say I add a Null Object also in 3D. If I rotate it, you see my building actually in 3D, right? I have the depth of field. But of course you cannot move too much. You can move something like this, something like this. You see it's a 3D in a 3D space. Okay? I delete the Null Object. Now I need to animate part by part. The beginning, I want this boat from left to right moving, and then my camera move up. The car from here move to down, from top move to down, and then finally the whole thing will zoom up and my text come in. Just like the video I showed you just now. See, beginning, we only see this part. The boat from left to right moving, and then the car from top to down going, looks like very busy, and then zoom out your text here. Okay, very simple. Now we already have this thing. The first thing is, see the boat here, of course, to animate this, still remember how to animate a boat from left to right position. Okay, so I activate the transform keyframe position. Or you want faster. If you want faster, you only want to see position. You don't need to see scale, orientation, all that. You press P. P as the shortcut. Okay, scale P. Scale. Opacity is T. Orientation is O, I think. No, O is not. Then I don't forget already. Okay, never mind. So let's say in 2 second time, I want my boat from left to right. So I have a boat moving like that. Not the boat like not smooth, right? Am I right? So maybe you need to adjust. Maybe sometimes the boat at the bottom here, sometimes I put at the top here. Or maybe you want more keyframe. So my boot have, maybe here I want go up. Here I want go up. So I have these animations. My boot moving from left to right. Right? Now, the other thing I don't need to animate. I want to animate the car from top to bottom. But now my car is facing the right side. How can I reflect it? How can you reflect it? From now facing right, I want to reflect facing left. Previously, you drag like this, right? Previously. But remember, now our car is in 3D space, a flat pictures. We can use rotation tool to rotate it more accurate. The car will not skip, will not stretch until different shape. So we go to Y, the green color Y axis, rotation tool W for rotation tool. Click and drag, hold down shift. I want a 180 degrees rotation and then rotate like that. Okay? Later it depends how hardworking are you. How detailed you want your car animation be. So beginning here. Of course you see, I want my shape until this time, that time, maybe here, my car start from here. Again position, and then maybe 1 second like that. So I have a car animate like that. Okay, to jump between the, you see, to jump between the keyframe, sometimes very hard to drag back, right? I want exactly here. Very hard to drag back. The shortcut for jump to front and back, to front is J. To back is K. J and K. Okay? So now I have done my animation. Now, I add a layer, I add a null object. Remember to activate 3D, and remember this, before you actually parent everything to this null object at time, remember this, before you activate, you parent all the layers to this null object at time, always check where is this null object is. Now the null object is here. Is the null object at this side easy for you to animate? I'm not sure. Maybe you prefer like this. For me, I don't prefer. I maybe will move a front like this, slightly front, for me to easier to get the center point. And then I parent everything to this null object, and then I lock it. Lock the other layers that I don't need to animate already. Now I have this. See, the whole thing will follow me. I even can have very slightly rotation. So beginning, I want I only want to see this part. So I move my null object to front. You see, even I zoom in, you also can feel the depth of field, right? So I want to zoom out. See, beginning, the boat float. Around here, see my car at there, right, moving. This side, my car is moving. At this time, I want my boat, I want my wheel go up and then zoom in more so that my car will moving. And then after that, maybe this side, I want it zoom in, zoom out. And then move up. So beginning like that, and then too fast, right? What I want is, maybe in here, need to stay. This here, this angle, I need to stay longer. So say this keyframe, I just copy, maybe around here, I paste. So my movement will be like that and then go in. Slowly we do. But then again, remember, don't stay still. Any movement, don't stay still like this. You see, in 1 second, I only see my boat moving, but my camera did not move, right? So never stay still your camera. Maybe your camera you can slightly down a bit like that. So it's moving. Is it more smooth, right? Compared to just now, the background stays still, only the boat is floating. Now I have very minor movement and then I zoom in here. Do the same thing. I copy and then I come until maybe here. I also do some movement like that. So I have this camera moving and then zoom out. Clear? You see that? Now I have this movement. But then it's not perfect yet, right? I don't want to see my boat here. I don't want to see my car here. So maybe you see, when you play until this time, okay, in this frame, I don't need to see my boat already, right? So this is my boat. I don't want to see it. I just cut the layers. The shortcut to cut this layer will be alternate this symbol. I'm not sure what symbol is this. I type for you. Alternate plus this or this. Okay? The square bracket. For example, you see, if I Control Z, if I want to crop the front, I press alternate the front square bracket, so it will crop front. But now I want crop at the back. Okay? And then in here, my car play until here. I don't want to see my car already. So I crop my car. One layer. So I have a battle, my car moving, and then go up. Save. Remember, always save. Wait for. Now I have done the animations. Previously we use camera, right? We use camera to animate this kind of animations. But do you find the camera very hard to control? For me, I do find camera too hard to control for me. So I use Null Object. Even sometimes I need to use camera, which I will teach you next week. How do we use Null Object to control the camera? I will show you next week that one. Okay, this week for this time we do like this, and then at finally here I want a text animation. Your text here, all capital letter, and then color I want this color. So in a line in center. You look at this, very simple. I want my text in here have animation in. I go to preset and effect here, click on this symbol, browse preset. Wait for a while, the computer need to load. I go to text here. So, and what kind of animation you want it come? You want slowly fit in. Wait for a while, the computer is loading. So, are you looking for this kind of animations? But for us, we are more like vector kind of animations. We are more like cartoon kind of animations. This is not suitable, right? Maybe you want to go back. Let's see in 3D which one we have. I have this. Okay, this suitable. What you need to do, you just double click. Your text here. So to adjust the timing, you see we have keyframe in this layer right now, object. Shortcut for expand only the keyframe layer. We don't want like so troublesome, expand this and expand transform. And then imagine you have more effects, you will have very long time. So to do that, press U for shortcut to bring out the keyframe part only. So for text here, maybe you don't like the timing. You want it to move faster. I want in 1 second your text here. So I play. Let's see the timing, is it what we want? This again, this without a music, it looks not fun at all. So once we add in the music, it will be nicer. Okay, so now we go to detail now. We have a boat. Maybe you want to animate the smoke. So I go to boat here, but now it's layer one layer, right? I need to separate the smoke and the layer, the boat. It is better you separate in AI, but then this time we cannot, right? We already come in here and we work halfway. So you need to think, what is the solution? Yes, masking, but we cannot mask here. Very troublesome, a lot of layers here. So what I will do is, I will go to pre-compose this board. Remember, leave all attribute in week 4. Leave here. This all keyframe, the board keyframe, leave here. I don't bring into the composition. I press OK. See, the board become a composition now. I double click in. So I want to animate this thing, this smoke, and the boat. But now I have 1 layer. So I mask it. Duplicate, Control D. For this mask, you have two ways. You can also draw a mask like this. Okay, you can draw a mask like this. Or you can, when you duplicate the time, you go to mask here, just invert it. So it only shows the place that you haven't masked. And then I activate this. How you want to animate this smoke? Maybe I want opacity. You go back to check, my boat only appear in 1 second this time. See, when my timeline drag until here, when I go to my boat, automatic, it will tell me I'm here. So I crop the timeline to make sure I know that, okay, my boat only show here. So my animation only need to do until here. So firstly, of course, I want to adjust the opacity. T for the opacity. Keyframe. Maybe here I want 20. Maybe here I want 80. Maybe here I want 40. Maybe here I want 60. So I have these animations. Very hard, right? Very hard. So many keyframes to click. There is an easier way. I don't need to keyframe at all. I hold out alternate, click on this keyframe. It brings up something I can type. I can type a command. I tell After Effects, do some command that After Effects code. Like your website, you have website for code, right? For After Effects, you have some code also. So I type wiggle. You know wiggle meaning? You know the music wiggle wiggle? Yeah, how the dance is. So I want my wiggle in opacity. Wiggle in opacity meaning opacity again transparency, right? I wiggle the transparency. If I want to wiggle the scale, meaning my boat will be bigger or smaller because I wiggle the scale. Or even if I can wiggle the positions. If I wiggle the position, meaning left, right, up, down, it will move in. Okay? So now I want to wiggle my transparency. How many? The first number will be, once you bracket it, the first number will be how many seconds you want it wiggle. I mean, how many times in 1 second you want After Effects wiggle. Remember, we have only 1 second here. We have only 1 second here. Just now I have how many keyframes? 6, if I'm not mistaken. So I type 6 times. In 1 minute, in 1 second, wiggle 6 times. So after you comma, what is the value? It changes. The higher value, of course, the more wiggle, the higher effect wiggle. Let's say you type 10, you only wiggle like that. You only wiggle like. If you type 100, you wiggle like this. So we do want wiggle very big, right? So I want 80 and close bracket. So you see, okay, in 1 second it jumps 6 times. But then also I want the smoke have a floating effect. So I wiggle the position, same thing, hold up alternate and click. I type wiggle. For this time, my position no need to move so much, right? Because I want the smoke like floating only, very small animations. Maybe I want 3 times. And also very minor movement, 20. So you see, even 20 is a lot, right? So maybe 5. Okay, 5 is good enough. When you go back to week 4 that time, you run that time, you see, it's moving. So same for the car. How are you going to animate the car? Maybe you have the 2 wheel is spinning, and then the car body is up and down, and then also the smoke you animate yourself. And finally, when you come to the building site, maybe you can do one more movement. You pan the Null Object, see on the building, and inside your building you have something happening. Some people walking around, some cat jumping around, some people quarreling, something like that. And then you only zoom out and your text here.